Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I'm on my channel right now to protect myself from the abusive neighbours that I have around me. I've said all of this before so many times, but I'm going to say it all again because I just want to put this in perspective for everyone of just how outrageous the situation is that I'm suffering through right now. St George Community Housing is my landlord, for anyone who hasn't watched my videos before. They have rigged my neighbour's home so that they can abuse the air in my home. There are 3 neighbours that are joined to my home that are capable of tampering with the oxygen that I'm trying to breathe in my home. Now that alone is absolutely ridiculous. It really is. There's that. St George Community Housing has also placed illegal cameras in my home for these neighbours to use so they can stalk me 24 hours a day and put me through cruel, inhumane abuse whenever they feel like it. Whenever they feel like it, they sit there and they breathe their filthy secondhand lung smoke through into my home. Or the woman downstairs, she sends dust through into my home, and it's not a small amount of dust. This dust covers everything in my home to the point where I can't even pick up an item without a big cloud of dust falling off the item. My home's covered with dust again this morning. Not only that, these people can view my heartbeat on a monitor as they carry out this cruel abuse. I'm extremely traumatised by this abuse. It's gone on. They've been abusing my air for 9 months and they've been putting me through torture in my home for 19 months because this is all a part of a justice system cover-up, and my landlord, St George Community Housing, has taken bribes from the justice system to put me through this abuse, to try and abuse me to death in my home. I wasn't supposed to survive. I was supposed to pass away. But there's certain people involved in this that can't accept that I haven't passed away. There's also people that have, that some of these neighbours that control the air, that have been abusing me in my home, the ones that are joined to my unit, they are mentally disturbed people. They are dangerous people who cannot control their actions, which is why I am in such a dangerous situation here. No one's doing anything about it. I'm an innocent person. I've done nothing to deserve this. This is happening to me because of corrupt members of the justice system, some of them being men that have abused women in really heinous ways. They've committed crimes against women. And there's also what they've put me through over the past 19 months. The Campbelltown police are involved in this here in Campbelltown. So that's why I can't just call the police on these people. I can't just call the police and get a restraining order because the Campbelltown police are behind the whole thing. A lot of this is happening because of the abuse that the Campbelltown police have put me through. I reported a pedophile to the Campbelltown police in 2020. They've done nothing about that person because it's all a part of the psychological abuse that they have put me through over the past 10 years. Them and other police officers in other areas on the South Coast. Now, this woman downstairs, she thinks it is her right to abuse me. She's addicted to it. She is. And this woman can't control her actions, that she's so obsessed with abusing me and controlling the direction of my life, which is absolutely, that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is mental. That is mentally disturbed, that this woman feels like she has some kind of control over my life. This is a neighbour. What right does this woman think she has? I mean, who does she think she is? Because she must have been told to stop sending this dust through into my home. You can go back on my channel and see the video evidence of what this woman does. There's plenty of it there. There's so much evidence on this woman. I don't even know why she's still in her home. She should be in jail. She should have been in jail months and months ago. She can't control herself. It's like she's been told not to do this and she can't control herself. So she's had it on all night. And her objective behind having the dust on all night is to try and affect my breathing. This woman's being paid to try and abuse me to death, or she was, but it's been stopped. She's not supposed to be doing this, but she can't control herself. She can't accept I'm not dead, so she's trying to force it. She is. I don't know who she thinks she is. I mean, who in our society here in Australia, in our our justice system, who gets away with something like that? Why is she getting away with this? This woman's abusing my oxygen that I'm trying to breathe in my home. Why is this landlord getting away with not having to get someone out here to fix these range hoods and to block these cameras? Let go of control, St George Community Housing. Everyone sees what you've done. It's like you just can't face reality and you just can't take action or something. Like, get these cameras out of my home. Because if you think I'm going to let this go on, or if you think things are going to change, they're not. It's like St George Community Housing can't let go of control over me either. You don't have any control over me, St George Community Housing, neither does this woman. Because there's a lot of people viewing these videos now, there is, and I have people that are supporting me, that know I'm telling the truth, and they want justice too. So you better do something, St George Community Housing. You better get out here and you better get these cameras out of my home. You better face reality and you better stop this woman from doing what she's doing. She needs to be held accountable. I've been put through hours and hours of cruel, inhumane torture in my home from this woman, and she's addicted to it. She's mentally disturbed. I mean, how many more times do you have to see it happen to do something about her? She needs to be stopped. If it was me doing it, you'd be hearing us. This woman or someone did around here. I'm not going to say this woman because it may not have been her. But there was one incident where she was abusing me non-stop. I knew it was her. And I went and knocked on her door and I asked her nicely to stop doing what she was doing. And she swore at me and I couldn't reason with her at all. So I contacted the landlord about her, which I had done before that as well, but got nowhere. So I contacted the landlord. Turns out someone around here had got ahead of me and called the landlord and said that I had threatened her when I knocked on her door. And that's not in my nature. It's not in my nature to threaten anybody. It's definitely not. I just wanted to go and look this woman in the eye and ask her nicely to stop doing what she was doing. But she slammed the door in my face and told me to F off. And then somebody put in a call, they tried to jump ahead of me and call the real estate, call St George Community Housing before I could and tell them that I threatened her life, which I absolutely did not. It's an absolute lie. I'm not that kind of person. I just wanted the abuse to stop, and I couldn't get the abuse to stop because the Campbelltown Police are involved, and so are St George Community Housing, who've taken a bribe from the justice system to do this to me. Now, this woman's had this dust on all night. My home's absolutely covered in it again. Why is she getting away with it, St George Community Housing? Why is this woman getting away with this? She's deliberately doing it to try and affect my breathing. And she's watching my heart on a monitor as she carries out the abuse. She's watching my reaction to it. And she's sitting there watching my heart on her phone or whatever device she watches. And she's sitting there willing death on me, hoping that I'm going to have a panic attack and that'll turn into a heart attack. And she's doing this over and over again, or she's doing it to try and suffocate me through the night. I already have severe sinus issues because of what she's done. I've got severe sinus issues and I'm very traumatised by this, extremely traumatised, and she knows it. That's why she's doing it. So this woman, she's out of control. She just thinks she's got the right to take my life. That's very mentally disturbed. It really is. For a neighbour to think they have the right to control my life, that's just ridiculous. And yeah, everyone's letting her get away with it because of her mental disturbance. They're using it. They're using it like a tool to try and provoke me to have a mental health breakdown. I put up with this for 19 months from this woman and other neighbours. You know, it's time to face reality that your little plan to take my life hasn't worked, St George Community Housing, and you need to stop using this woman's mental health issues to abuse me. So I want that to stop, and she's just still getting away with it. She knows I'm traumatised, and she's watching my heartbeat to see if she's triggering that heart attack. That is attempted murder, St George Community Housing. And these 3 neighbours have all tried to attempt murder on me this week, several times. All of them. There's 3 of them. Not only that, my family are involved in this. My family who sit back and watch this happen to me, they've watched me go through 19 months of severe cruelty in my home and outside my home. From this, I've been put through MK Ultra abuse from the justice system. And my family teamed up with the justice system to do this to me. They took bribes from the justice system. It suited them as well because they'd already stolen an inheritance from me that they didn't want to give back. So they thought, well, yeah, this suits us. We don't want to give this money back to her, so we're willing to take part in this MK Ultra attack and purposely isolate our family member and watch her go through cruel abuse for the past 19 months. They have sat back and watched, waiting for me to die. This is my family members who I was good to. I was also good to these neighbours. They know I was. And this is what my family are doing right now, right? They are sitting back, watching me go through this, watching my life be like held at a standstill, watching me be held back by these neighbours putting me through abuse and this landlord every day while they spend my inheritance and live their life, while they've stolen my life. They wasn't expecting me to create a channel and speak up about it. Everyone knows the truth now, family. They know what you did, and you need to give that inheritance back to me so that I can go and live the life that I'm meant to be living. I'm not even supposed to be living here. If it wasn't for my family stealing that inheritance, I wouldn't even have gone through all this trauma and abuse for the past 19 months. I would have been able to escape the domestic violence relationship I was in years before I got out of there. But no, they wanted me to stay in that relationship, and they did everything they could to keep me there by purposely isolating me and putting me through psychological abuse for the past 10 years. So they wanted me to stay in that relationship, and it really it really stuffed them up when I got out of that relationship on my own. I had absolutely nothing, and I had to start from scratch, and those people knew they had my inheritance while I was homeless and starting from scratch. Now that I've got up to this level all on my own, they're trying to keep me at bay. They're trying to keep my life at a standstill, and it's just not on. I'm a person. I have rights, and my human rights are being abused to the absolute extreme by this landlord, St George Community Housing, by my family who actually took my free will away in life. And not only that, they did it out of their own personal insecurities. They did it out of jealousy. You know, there wasn't even any good reason for it. They did it because they didn't want to see me do well in life. That's why they've done it. It's the same with this woman downstairs. When she's caught, it's going to be like a hate crime. She's going to be convicted of some kind of crime that, is related to hate crimes, because that's why she's doing it. She's doing it just because she's mentally disturbed. She hates me for some reason. I was good to her. I don't know why she hates me so much. I think it's because she took bribes to be a part of this and I'm not dead. So she wants me to be dead and I'm not dead and I'm not going to die. And someone needs to stop this woman from abusing me. So that's what's going on now. I mean, these people that live around me, they're watching me on an illegal camera 24 hours a day. Not only that, the landlord's got other abusers viewing into my home, taking money for them people, so off them so that they can watch me be put through cruelty on the dark web somewhere. So there's that happening as well. So this is, and my family is sitting back, hoping that I stay in this abusive situation so they don't have to give back my inheritance. The Campbelltown police were just stalking me. I want to make that known, just then. As I'm filming this, they were just out there stalking me. They haven't stalked for a couple of days, but they were just then because they know what I'm doing. All these people as well, including the neighbours and my family, the police and random members of the community can watch my devices. They can watch all my business. They see everything I buy, everything I do, everywhere I go. I've got to turn this off because there's someone at the door. Thanks for listening.